Good afternoon, everyone. That is a lot louder than I thought it was going to be. Right. How are we all doing? Is everyone excited? Give us a cheer if you're excited. Give us a cheer if you're warm. Lovely. Perfect. So, I won't keep you up for ages, guys. I do appreciate it. It's very warm in this building. But just to let you know what our plan of action is, I'm going to chuck some food into the water, chat to you about crocodiles, and then if you can brave the heat, we're going to try and get these crocodiles jumping. Now, a little bit to know about these guys before I start chucking in the food. Of course, a lot of you will be very familiar with this species of crocodile. These are Nile crocodiles. These are the ones, whenever you see any documentaries referring to the Great Migration, where the zebra and the wildebeest are trying their best to cross the river, it is these guys that are doing their best to stop them. So as a result, we keep a lot of these crocodiles in quite a large group. It's the largest group of crocodiles we have here at the zoo, and there are 25 individuals in this group. Now there is a reason why we've got so many crocs, and also bear in mind that all of these are females. We've only got girls in this enclosure, and there's two reasons for that. Number one, can't get away from the fact that the girls get along better than the boys do. Sorry guys, that's just the way it is. Secondly, these girls, because of their size, although they're quite big, even in a wild setting, they will not be as large as they take. Is roughly similar size to Hugo, the Siamese crocodile who lives over in that enclosure, so still quite a large animal. However, they will be going after those zebra, those wildebeest, they're quite large animals themselves. Therefore, the girls will need to work together to take down such large prey, whereas the males can get to about 5 meters long, which is longer than this platform that I've stood on here. They can take down prey on their own, the girls need to work together. Now, of course, I'm not strong enough to bring a zebra up with me this afternoon, so all we've got is a compromise. We've got some bits of chicken. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to chuck it into the water. Now, keep an eye on where the crocodiles go. So we're going to do one on each side to begin with. Keep an eye on where the crocodiles, hopefully, big splash. There we go. So we'll tromp over there. And start to notice, you guys on this side, that these crocs are starting to make their way over. Don't panic, I will bring them back. Now, the reason these crocodiles are moving over, because as you expect, they have sensed that there is food over on this side of the enclosure. So they want to put themselves in a position to try to find it. Now you might be looking at me and going, well that's quite obvious. What they've done is they've listened to the food, and that's why they're making their way over. Not 100% true. Although these crocodiles will listen out for food, they actually feel it a lot more than they listen for it. Now this is going to sound a little bit weird to describe, but I want you to imagine that these toe in freckles. So covered head to toe in freckles. Now those freckles aren't just little kisses from the sun. What they are little pressure sensors, what we know as ISOs. Those ISOs covering the body alert the crocodiles to any vibration around them. So when food hits the water like it has been, like so, even if the crocodiles on this side of the enclosure were deaf and blind, they would know that food is over there. They would feel it across those pressure pads. Now, of course, the food that I'm giving them today, it's not loads of it. We're not planning on overfeeding our crocodiles. These crocs are very well fed. They get fed once every day as a minimum. Now, as a result, we need to limit how much food comes up to the enclosure. We don't want any of these crocs getting particularly chubby. But even with that in mind, these crocodiles don't need an awful lot of food to keep them going. Over the winter months, we may only bring up the equivalent of about every few days to this enclosure, whereas in the summer months, we could be looking to bring up probably 3 to 4 chickens worth of food. Now, why do we do that? The simple answer is, it's down to biology. These crocs are cold-blooded reptiles. Unlike you and I, as we are warm-blooded mammals. Now, the big birds will use the environment around them to warm themselves up and cool themselves down. As a result, they don't need to use as much energy as we do. We have 4 meals a day to keep up with our energy demands. These crocodiles don't need to do that. So much so, that going back to that, crocodiles participate during those weeks, those months. They may gorge themselves so full of zebra, so full of wildebeest, they'll find themselves a cozy little burrow. They'll take the whole year off. They'll reduce their heart rate down to about 1 beat feel like. These crocodiles have the strong